Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, October 4, 2016, 11:57 p.m. Birmingham. And topic is some more information by Rabbi GLAZERSON and Richard Shaw. And it's on Richard Shaw's Penlight program. And but first, let me tell you, if Alex Jones could have got his hands around the WikiLeaks guy's neck, he would have killed him last night, because Alex Jones had his entire program ready, standby, watching patiently for Assange to come on and give out incriminating evidence that he keeps saying he has about Clinton. Well, that never came. In fact, what I saw was about look, I'm about, on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 6 in intelligence and speaking, but this guy, I would rate him lower than me, which is pitiful. Every fourth or fifth word was and that gets me, that galls me, but that's what it was. And he had nothing to say about Clinton. However, he did make a statement after that, sometime today, on the 4th, he had something to say that he would make it known before the election, November 9. Whether that happens, we won't need it. We know who's going in. So let's go on to Penlight and Richard Shaw and Rabbi GLAZERSON. And this is what Rabbi GLAZERSON came up with in Torah codes, which first 5 books of the original Jewish Bible. And it was very interesting. Number one, it showed something that Richard Shaw really got kind of not completely choked up about, but he was full of gratitude in a big way. And you just have to see his expression to know what I'm talking about. Because even Penlight was found in the Torah codes. And under Penlight, you will see what I'm about to read you now. And Richard Shaw, which is L.A. Marzulli's friend, Watchers 10, Watchers 9, Watcher 8 partners, go to Peru, and so here's what the first thing, at the point where Penlight was found, or the Penlight showed up on the Torah codes, it began in, of course, 5776, which is 2016. And then below that, it starts highlighting things. And so it did mention Obama, and it mentioned Hillary Clinton. Not Clinton, but Hillary. And in total, I'm going to read the things it said in the order that it set them in. And I'll just go right through them. In the Torah codes was Hillary, then Obama. GLAZERSON said this meant they were intertwined together. Then came the United States. Then what is in their heart. Then the abomination unto the Lord. Then they are defiled. Wow. Then, and I'm reading in the order, okay? Plain text, meaning it's something you don't have to look for. It's boldly standing out there for people to see. In plain text, again, abomination unto the Lord thy God. That means that somebody's in trouble, big trouble. I'm not sure they're even saved if this is there, but in any case. And then it seems to be telling people exactly who they are, because it does say on the right side of the screen on Torah codes, it says they are the left, or who are they, the left. It says it and makes it very clear. That's the party that they are associated with. But there's a lot to go. That's just the first one. And also described Hillary by only her first name. But under that, it came up illness. It says the lungs. Then it said sick. Then it said Hillary. Then it said the woman. And again, the date, 5776 in Hebrew, or 2016 our time. And then with infection. So the lungs, sick, Hillary, the woman with infection in 2016. And all in the first 5 books of the Torah, which is all the Torah codes comes out right there. First 5 books. Everything that you'll ever read. And there was something else that came out too. And I was, the EPHOD. It was mentioned. It was on the far right. But it was on just to the right half of the top part of the screen. And then in the center, if you divide your screen into 4 sections. So I'm going to point at where it was on my screen, so you do the same. Divide it into 4 sections. It's in the right upper quarter, like in the middle and a little bit over. Well, you can't see here, but anyway, you know where I'm talking about. But the EPHOD come up twice. One here and the one a little further over, both in the upper right quarter of the screen and side by side, but halfway down that quarter screen. And Richard Shaw asked Rabbi GLAZERSON, well, what does that mean? Rabbi GLAZERSON said, I'm as, excited about this and as inquisitive as you are. I can only say, since the EPHOD is still hidden away, the EPHOD is the thing that the high priest wears that's got the 12 stones in it. When he talks to God or asks God questions, the stones will light up in a certain order that gives them the message. So you know what that is. He said, according to what I'm seeing here, he said it appears that the Torah codes are used for a divine purpose, to be the EPHOD for now. He said that. And I thought, wow, that was interesting. And so since I explained that, I don't have to go through there. Okay, cursed, and it said this. In plain text, once again, here's another plain text. When it's in plain text, it means it's screaming out loud or yelling out loud and dead serious about what it is saying. Cursed will be the taker of bribery. And now after that, this is my thought, not theirs. I can see this as twofold. Those who took a bribe for themselves in the house. Those who work that we put in office. Those who took a bribe for themselves, and those who gave a bribe will again, and it says cursed, will be the taker of bribery. So the one who bribed and the one who pocketed from that. So, and I'm going to tell you one last thing, and I'll be done with this blog. I can attest to bribery. I can attest to lies told by the president's wife. I can attest to that. If you can go back and first see the kind of relationship Rush Limbaugh and Hillary had, believe it or not, it was not a bad one. He didn't hate her like he hated Bill. And at first, I don't know how he felt about Bill. But let me say this. And as far as your investments, the part of the first Fireman prophecy of Donald Trump, he says, and it's part of that prophecy, that America that was taken from her will be returned threefold. And we're talking about in the many trillions of dollars. Now, when he says America, I'm assuming, and I know assumptions are the mother of all, you know what, but I'm assuming that anyone that was hurt by her or him or any leader in this country in a vengeful or a manner that would profit them, then they're held responsible by God. So here's what I have to say. Rush Limbaugh was plugging a stock, and it was called the Memphis Third Cellular. What it was, first, she made a $10,000 investment, and then she took out in just a month or two, over $200,000. He's pushing the same stock. So I talked to my wife, and we both discussed it. Okay, let's invest in it. We did, and we put in a lot of money, a little bit less than $30,000. And the very next day, it was gone. It was gone. It was broke. It was gone. And what they said would come out of the Memphis Third Cellular was, we are on an analog system, as you all know. But digital is the up and coming way that the new phones one day will be operated. It will be a digital service, not an analog, which is true. Analog is when you used to dial the number. And also on one line, you would get at best about 8 or 9 analog signals. This is why AOL was so hard to get connected a lot of the times. Digital, on the other hand, would get 100 times that amount, that number. So you're talking about 800 or 900 on a single line opposed to 8 or 9. So we lost our entire investment by Rush Limbaugh plugging for her in that company. And Rush Limbaugh, the day after or the week after he was plugging it, he stopped. And then I found out later that he too cashed in, and he made a lot of money. She made a lot of money. They do this. They will tell you something, they'll run it up, they'll buy it for pennies before they run it up, then you run it up, and then it'll go up, and they'll cash in before you ever know about it. They make a lot of money, and you make nothing because the stock goes away. I still have those stock here with me, but they are worth nothing because there's no such company called Memphis Third Cellular anymore. This is the kind of thing that Hillary Clinton did while Bill was president, and now the kind of things that she's doing today, you just heard it, it was in the Torah codes, and she will pay. Jody Wolf Expoz.